Welcome to Dad Built. Today, I'm going to show you how I installed this privacy screen fence around my hot tub. This project was fun, easy, and looked great in the end. Last year we put in this hot tub and we loved it. We built our house in a new development, and lately there have been lots of new construction popping up around us. That leaves the hot tub space feeling a little exposed in the backyard. I wanted to install something that makes the space seem a little more private without completely blocking the nice views we have out back. I like the option of a privacy fence screen because it will fit well with my eventual plans to landscape all these new mulch beds. Let's get started. I bought this Hoft fence post system from Lowe's. The fence is going to be made up of 4 equal sections, so I bought a corner post, 2 line posts, and termination posts. My first step was to install the posts into my concrete patio. These posts have a base plate that screws into the bottom, and this allowed me to position and mark my holes for drilling without maneuvering the whole post. Once I had my position marked, I screwed the base plate on and was ready to set the post. The posts needed to be set in 2 straight lines meeting at this corner. Since I was installing this fence at the edge of my patio, I took advantage of the straight trowel line around the edge of my concrete, and this saved me from having to use a chalk line. To drill the holes for my anchors, I used my hammer drill with a 3/8-inch carbide masonry drill bit. My holes needed to be 3.5 inches deep, so I marked the bit off with a piece of tape to know when to stop drilling. Then I drilled each hole. Once the holes were drilled, I used an air sprayer hooked up to my pancake compressor to blow the concrete dust out of the hole. I definitely blew concrete dust into my face a couple of times, so I would recommend wearing a mask for this work. Now I could attach the post. I put the post over top of the holes I drilled and fastened them down with 3/8 by 3-inch Tapcon concrete anchors. Setting the next post was pretty easy. The instructions for the fence system said that the distance between the base plates should be 2 3/4 inches shorter than the length of the fence boards. I was using 59-inch boards, so I measured a distance of 55 1/4 between those base plates. It's worth noting that with this fence post system, you don't want to have a length in between the posts of anything more than 6 feet. I was using boards just shy of 5 feet, so it wasn't a problem for me. I set all 5 of my posts at equal distance on each side, and now it's time to cut my fence boards. Next up, I'm going to cut my boards. I got this composite decking. They come in 20-foot long lengths. I'm going to cut 59-inch sections out of each, so 4 sections from each board, and I have a total of 13 boards to cut. This Hoft system uses decking boards, and I chose composite decking for its durability and lack of maintenance. I ordered 13 20-foot boards and had them delivered to the driveway. Delivery was such a necessity for this material because these boards were unreasonably long and heavy. I cut each board down into 59-inch lengths. Hey, if you've made it this far, please give me a like and subscribe down below. I'd really appreciate it. Now I'm going to set and level the first boards for each of my fence sections. And I'm going to do that with this little spacer piece here. You fit these right into the rails and you screw them in.
and your first board sits right on top of them. Then you can make adjustments to make sure that the board is completely level. So the first decision I had to make was how high off the concrete did I want that first board to sit, and I chose 7 inches. It's super important to get your first board nice and level because that's going to dictate the level of all the rest of the boards in the fence. Now that my first boards are set and level, the rest is going to be really easy. I just drop these spacers in each rail, and then I'm going to slide the boards in on top, and these spacers are going to put a 1/2 inch between each of the boards. The last 2 steps are to slide this top board lock in to the rail like that and screw it down into that top board, and then I'm going to put my post cap on and screw that in.
I finished putting on the post caps and sprayed the fence off with a hose, and I was all done. The finished product looked great, and it did exactly what I wanted it to do. It gives my patio space around the hot tub more of an enclosed feel without being too overbearing on the view. I love the way this turned out, and I can't wait to add some landscaping around the patio to finish everything off. I also plan to add some towel hooks and hanging plants to the interior facing fence boards for decoration. Overall, this project was fun, easy, and the finished product felt really rewarding. I installed this privacy fence screen in less than a full day of work, so the time commitment was minimal. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, check out my other videos where I tackle all kinds of DIY projects for dads. I hope to see you in the next video.